Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. ADA continues to be in this support area here, and it continues to find support. But as I said to you, it's not a high probability turning point here for ADA. I think that we've got some other charts that show some better probability, higher probability. That's why I highlighted it here in orange. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you this will definitely turn around here. I mean, you would never be able to say anything for sure in these markets. But these sort of probabilities are highlighted by just the orange color, just indicates that it's something that I wouldn't necessarily trust with a high probability that is turning around here, even though this is an area where the price ideally does turn around. If the market wants to put in this C wave into the 42-cent region, or even an impulse to higher price ranges, 50 cents plus. It's still possible though, but as I highlighted before, if a price drops below the 78.6 FIB, and ADA did that and it doesn't really get off the ground, then it always indicates that there is a high risk that the pattern eventually will fail. Okay, of course it can work out, and if it works out, then from here, because below the 34.5 cent level, basically below the green support area, this 1-2 setup, 1-2 or AB setup, you can treat them both as equal at the moment, yeah. They will be invalidated. I mean, an AB setup isn't really invalidated. You know, B waves can do funny things, but it will get less likely. You can get a so-called undershooting B wave, which can go a little bit below the beginning of the A wave here. But is it something you would trust and should trade? I mean, you can do that if you want to, but it's nothing really probable. Yeah, nothing really that I would focus on. Yeah, I mean, what is it doing here? I mean, we can, in my opinion, we could give it the benefit of the doubt from here, as long as you understand the risk that this is no high confidence count, but it's probably the best that, you know, this chart has to offer at this stage, is that we rallied here in a wave 1 in a leading diagonal. Yeah, you can count this as a 5-wave move if you put a bit of thought into this. Okay, so but it would be a diagonal, and then, however, you know, it gets a bit adventurous. So I would see this here then as the A wave, this here as the B wave, and then the C wave is currently coming down, basically an expanded flat pattern where we saw an ABC in the B wave, okay, and then the C wave down now. But it really needs to turn around now. I mean, even just looking at this structure here, just the 1-2 setup there. What did it do? It retraced to, and I need to, so let me just adjust the fib style. Yeah, it basically dropped here in the A wave to the 50% retracement, and so far in the C wave also went below the A wave. I mean, it has done what it needs to do also here, but it's quite adventurous to count this as wave 2 AB. But yeah, then again, you know, in highly volatile market, you see this stuff. But that's certainly an interpretation how it can still rally in a third wave. But then it really needs to deliver, right? I mean, you know, understand that this is less confident, this count. Yeah, there is no high confidence count here really until it turns around. It is basically in a possible turning point. It's basically in a trend reversal state. And this is exactly what is difficult to trade and to analyze, because it can easily just continue down, and if it breaks below the 34.5 cent level, then we have quite good clarity that we are heading down directly into the wave 2 support area, which is where I would estimate it will land eventually anyway. And this is something where, I mean, I normally would consider scaling in, but I already have a lot of ADA, so I won't do it because it's just over. My portfolio is oversaturated with ADA, I would say, so for historical reasons. So, you know, but this is sort of a 1-2 setup on the larger scale, where a wave 3 could take us into the 50 cent plus region. I think that would be a fairly decent reward to risk ratio. And from here, I mean, yeah, again, it's less confidence just into this small setup here. Surely, understand we are now in support. I mean, all of this is support area, yeah, all of this. Because we've got here the 38.2 fib level, that's the green one, the green bar, basically, the green sector here. And then above that, we've got the 1-2 setup support. So it's strong support, and you've got previous structural support as well, with all these supports which were bought up again, which is also why this was bought up again, but it has failed to so far deliver on the impulse to the upside. Yeah, but again, you know, if it turns around, it should do it here. It's got enough waves to the downside, and whenever you have that a coin or any chart produces enough waves to the downside that it could be finished, we need to be watching for a reversal. And a very simple way to trade it is to trade the reversal, you know, go long and set the stop loss below the low. And if you missed the low and it will make another low, then you might have only missed it by one wave. So maybe you want to try it again, but that's eventually your decision. But we certainly have enough waves to the downside. I mean, you know, this correction down, you can count that as a wave W, you can count that as a wave X triangle, and then a Y wave to the downside, in which we had an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And the C wave consists of 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got enough. So now we need to be watching for clear signals that the trend is reversing. At the moment, it's a bit of a roller coaster. Today it has been. So yeah, there is no clear signal that has reversed. There is only really a diagonal pattern, which is less reliable in itself. Could also be corrective, yeah. And the correction here, yeah, is also something that you would not normally see too often in a wave 2, yeah, which is here an expanded flat pattern. Normally you don't see that too often. Because what's a flat pattern? A flat pattern is normally something bullish. It indicates it wants to rally, but it sold off quite strongly again, you know. So yeah, you know, I have my doubts. So don't be surprised if this. I wouldn't be surprised if this breaks the low again. Yeah. Yeah, that's everything I can tell you at the moment about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.